Hey, this is Angel DeVille for 308AR.com. On November 18th, 2017, 98Z5V put forth a challenge for the very first person that posts a video of them eating canned chicken. I have the Sweet Sue canned whole chicken here, provided by Shep. He also sent me a whole metric buttload of 308AR stickers. Prizes. Looks like I get to choose from a Beach and Tactical Sling or a Mission First Battle Link stock. Some other people were bragging about some other prizes. So, first of all, I want to talk to the guys at 308AR.com. You guys are a bunch of pansies. This challenge was put forth, like I said, on November 18th, 2017, and the thread goes on for 8 pages with no one taking up the challenge. I had searched locally, not too hard, but I couldn't find one of these chickens, so Shep said he had picked one up, and so I PayPal'd him some money and he sent it to me. So I'm opening the can. And this is just room temperature. I brought a Pyrex bowl to put this in. So let's get a good shot of that. Whoa. I don't know nothing about birthing no babies. That's some really good, like Beyond Spam slime. Oh, did I mention the prizes were donated by Armed Eye Doc? I don't think I did. So, enough delay. So, smells like ass. Room temperature, mildly cold. Bones are just kind of pulling out of this thing. But it's chicken in the loosest sense of the word. So those are all the wing bones. I think this is supposed to be a leg. The bottom piece of the leg is actually broken off. That's a piece of the thigh bone. I had mentioned to my wife that there were some prizes, and I told her I kind of estimated the value of the prizes, and she's a cheapskate, so she thought, yeah, go do it. So she doesn't care anything about my health, she just cares about free stuff. There's a piece of that little bone thing. So I'm pretty sure that before they put this chicken in the can, they beat it with a hammer. There's broken bones in here. That, and it came to us by the U.S. Postal Service. I do have a roll of paper towels here. Oh, see, there's another piece of broken bone. Nah. I'm going to try to make this video as short as possible. Because it takes a while to upload. And this is kind of gross. Here's that pelvis bone. Let me pause to chew. Although I'm pretty sure the hammers kind of chewed it for me a little bit. That little meat right inside the pelvis there. Yum. Nope, Tabasco sauce. It is mildly, like a little bit on the cold side. So I do see why a lot of you guys pansied out on this. It is pretty gross, but what the hell. So I'm pulling the breast out of here now. It looks like the kind of the center line of the breast, so like a little bit more like, I guess we used to call this the airplane. It's that whole centerpiece. Actually seasoning on this, not too shabby. There's another piece of little pulverized bone. Of course, it's kind of a salty brine. There's a little bit of like skin and fat kind of, that's probably like the grossest part of the whole thing right here. We just came back from action pistol shoot, so my hair's a little messy. I only ate one McDonald's, one of those little burritos for breakfast. I wanted to have something gross to help prepare me for this chicken, and I don't think much could prepare me for that chicken. Yum. So 98Z5V put forth the challenge, Armed Eye Doc donated the prizes, and Shep sent me the chicken. May you all burn in hell. I think the talking's helping the chewing and keeping my mind distracted from actually eating this. Although if you strip the meat off it, you could probably make some nice little burritos or something with it. So here's like the tender part. The other side of this is the rest of the breast and the tender. And there's like a blob. We could remake the blob with this stuff, I'm telling you. So at this point, I'd say about a third done with the chicken. Wishing I was further along. It's a little dry. I kind of have my family off on the other side of the house. I'm sure they don't want to see this, so there's the airplane bone that's going on the discard plate. Ooh. Make a wish. So I wish this wasn't so gross. Nah, I lost. But yeah, the skin's in here, and it's hard to tell where the gel begins and the skin ends. Here's probably the largest chunk of meat I have left. The breast meat's just like, despite being in like nasty gel, it's surprisingly dry and gross. But again, if this is all the food that's left, I could see this being a delicacy when the zombies attack. Or maybe zombies might taste better, I don't know. But I've eaten worse. I didn't get a chance to stop by the Asian market and get balut. That's a 28-day fermented duck egg. So there's actually a little baby duck inside the egg, and then they're steamed, and they're kind of over steamed. So like the white part of the eyes, like our white part of the egg is like really gelatin. I'm like really like rubbery hard. And then the little duck has feathers on it in the beak. Normally you eat those after you've sat around drinking all night, drinking Red Horse. It's actually pretty good. I was gonna get some of those just to further gross you guys out, but I eat those as no big deal, so that wouldn't have really been a challenge. So I think the hardest part of this is this breast meat, and I'm mostly through it. Like I said, this is just like really dry for being gooey. I'm trying to keep this video as short as possible just so it uploads a lot quicker to YouTube. I'm kind of wishing I had another YouTube channel to put this on because I don't think I want it on with my other stuff, but hey, what the hell. Maybe it'll give me some street cred, who knows. Oh yeah, today is January 13th, 2018, and again, this challenge was put forth on 11/18/17, so that's November to December, December to January, so not quite 2 months and 8 pages. So, for all the shit talking you guys did, I'm the one that put up, so you just remember that. Ooh, this is gross. Like I said, just that breast meat and the gelatinous yuck is just dry. If you shredded it up and like put it in some like enchilada sauce, I think it would be tolerable. And I think Walmart sells these chickens for, I don't know, I think they're like under $5. I know Amazon had them, but they were like, with shipping, they turn out being like $25 a pop. So honestly, if you were prepping for some kind of apocalypse, probably wouldn't be it's not super expensive. We're like talking $5 for a small chicken that'll keep for eternity, and it's protein. So I think mealworms would be a little bit better to eat, but it's not too bad for food that would keep you from dying. Well, maybe it will kill you, I don't know. As much as I don't like spam, spam is much better. So, staring at the gooey mass, like I said, it's hard to tell where the skin and the gel meet. They're kind of one and the same. It's just like, yeah, gross. Okay, so I'm almost through this breast meat. Like I said, this is the hardest part. The breast meat is just so dry and gross. From the kitchen of Sweet Sue, canned whole chicken without giblets. Now that sucks, because look, there's in the picture there's some stuffing, fully cooked home-style goodness. Still some oozing gel coming out of there. Look at that. Wow. Yeah, there's still a big glob. Watch this, watch this, watch this glob. Look at that, look at that. I'm going to take this opportunity. See, I'm not hiding anything. Hands, I just need to wipe some of the goo off of them. This is my discard plate so far. Some of the bones. You know, I didn't bring a fork or anything, so it's going to be even grosser because I'm going to have to wade through the crap, the vile slime to get to the meat pieces. I'm trying, I can't even identify. Oh, this is the tail. This is what's known as the Pope's nose. So there's that little bit of meat on either side of the tail. I actually like those in real chickens. Yeah, this is kind of gross. Okay. So that's the tail. That little itty bitty bone that goes up the center of it. This is some, I think it's still the piece of the tail. Yeah, it is. That's the rest of that bone that goes up the middle of the tail. This is some other gelatinous whatever. I think again somewhere in the vicinity of the tail. Maybe this is the butthole. I don't know. Yeah, no more bones in there. There's some like fatty transitional meat stuff right there. This is a big old piece of skin. If I were younger and braver, I might eat that. But I'm not young or brave anymore. There's a piece of bone. Look at that. Look how the gel just drips off of that bone. No meat on it. So I'm going to kind of put the skin, kind of hang it here so you guys can kind of just watch it slip and ooze down the side of the Pyrex. Oh, here's the other piece of the other side of the pelvis, which is surprisingly close to the other side. So yeah, like I said, I think this thing was beat with a hammer to make it fit in the can maybe. There's a piece of bone. There's the meat. All the meat off of that. So basically I'm going to pick through, get anything that kind of looks like meat, while putting the skin to the side. Now, I do have to admit I was talking some crap too. And I said, shit, I'll even put the gel in a cup and drink it. I'm not feeling that brave right now, so let's see what comes at the end. But yeah, I admit I was talking some crap. Oh, ooh, look at this. This is actually the wing tip. The end of the wing. That part has the skin, and there's a itty bitty tiny piece of meat in there. Look. Yeah, that's a delicacy. Okay, I think I'm on this other side. The thing's laying like this, and I think I've got that long thigh bone. Yep, there's the leg and the thigh bone. So this here is kind of the thigh meat, and I think there's a little bit of ribs here. There's a bone, a little tiny bone. Don't even know where that's from. Yeah, even the meat's kind of like oozing through my hands. Oh. Another bone. So like I said, anything that kind of looks like meat, I'm picking it out and kind of shoving the skin off to the side. This is still thigh meat. The thigh meat's actually not too horrible. Actually has some flavor. But again, this is actually mildly a little bit on the cold side. There's that little bit of hint of cold. So that adds like just that extra touch of grossness. Makes the slime less pliable. Now, this is the leg bone. Nope, that's the thigh bone. And there's the leg bone. So again, the end of the leg, just like the first one, is just broken off. So maybe they broke the chicken's leg so it couldn't run away. Not really sure what they did. Thigh bone. Leg bone with about half of the meat missing. That looks like some kind of like tendons and veins. I'm not going to get up to see how long the video is going right now. Like I said, I'm trying to make it as quick as possible. Plus, I don't want there to be any thoughts of impropriety, like I'm spitting this out, like would be tempting, but I don't know. Like I said, it's kind of growing on me. So my 5-year-old was in here just as I was getting ready, so I had to convince him to not come through because he likes to be around Daddy. But this is the kind of thing a 5-year-old should never have to witness. Unidentified piece of meat. This, I think, is the end of one of the legs. But yeah, it's broken off cleanly. There's that little knuckle thing at the end. Here's some more like the thigh and leg meat. Now it's real easy to just keep shoving this in and get a whole mouthful of this stuff and then just chew and chew it. But honestly, the chewing really is not necessary because this is just so gelatinous and like desiccated that you really don't even need to chew it. It's just, I guess, just force of habit. And maybe the chewing delays the swallowing, which is not completely pleasant. So I'm going to rescind my statement that you guys are a bunch of pansies for not doing this, because I think you're actually smarter for not doing it. So all your crap talking, you were much wiser than I. This is like some kind of rib bone. So that's going to be fun once we get to like a little rib area. I'm pretty sure it's just all mush. I actually set out this blanket that we kind of use for picnics and just throw it on the ground when we're out there, because, you know, we don't really care how dirty it gets. So I'll just throw it in the wash or throw it away. I'm not sure if the smell will even wash out. So here's chunks of skin. At this point, I know there's still some parts of the chicken, like I said, the ribs that I haven't found yet. But this whole piece here is just like a blob of like meat and skin and bone, like just pieces of meat, like not even, there's no form to it. It's like a Salvador Dali painting. This, I think, I don't even know why. I was gonna say that I think this is the other wing tip, but it kind of came apart too easy to be that. So at the end here, I'm gonna go through. So here's another rib. I'm gonna go through and clean my hands, and then I'll bring the camera over here and show you the gel and kind of the aftermath of this. Yeah, that's a little piece of meat. Like I said, trying to make this as short as possible, but I do want this to be torturous for the viewer as well. Uh-oh. This is the other knuckle end of the other leg. Yeah, look at that. It looks like they broke the chicken's leg so it couldn't run away. And then they beat it with the hammer to get it in the can. I don't know, maybe somebody chewed this before I got to it. But yeah, like I said, so this is all gel and skin. Oh, look at that. I forgot that when I dumped this in here, I left the lid in here. Now the lid is like gelled to the bottom. It was like suctioned to the bottom. There's our lid. I'm gonna stick that back in the can. Ah, here's the other wingtip. So I've here's the other wing. It completely fell apart. So there's the tip of the wing. Get that little bit of meat out of there. There's a bone. I put the bigger bones on the bigger plate, but the smaller pieces of bone. Hey, look, is that a feather? Yeah. Yeah, don't even take the feathers off before you stick it in the can. I don't know, maybe the beak's in here. This is the neck section of the wing. It's just all falling apart and gelled. So like I said, we just came back from, my older son and I came back from an action pistol shoot. So I know my hair's a little bit messed up from my hat, but I actually did put some pants on for you guys, so be grateful. Because I was actually just going to sit down and just wearing my underwear, but I didn't want y'all to get too excited. Here's a bone. I want to say this is the kind of the knuckly portion of the wing. Pretty sure that's what that is. Here's another bone I'm just going to pull out. That's that other collarbone section from the other side. And again, this is just a gelatinous mass of like meat. Kind of like pre-shredded. Like almost you could put this in a colander and shake it, and you just end up with bones in it, because I think the meat would fall through the colander. Because there's really no form, not much texture. This, I think, yep, this is kind of that spine portion. There's a few of the like small rib bones. I'm going to get all that meat from around the spine portion. Kind of like Colonel Sanders meets Hubba Bubba Bubblegum. A little bone. The bone. More little bones. That's that spine section, meatless. This almost looks like white meat. Here's another like mass. I'm trying to get, it's like a big piece of skin, but I can't get it to come out in one piece because it's just like gel and falling apart. It can't hold its own weight. Here's another little piece of unidentified meat. Yeah, so I'm telling you, if this is all you had to eat, I would say you were in a very dire circumstances, and of course you should eat it. But without being in dire circumstances, why anyone would choose to eat these is beyond me. But this is a regular product that gets sold, and the internet hasn't been around that long, so it must be there must be some people that eat this. It's not like they're super cheap that you couldn't afford a whole chicken, because it's just a touch under the price of just a whole chicken. And it's a little smaller than a regular whole chicken. Another big blob of skin. So I'm almost to the end here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to clean one of my hands really well to hold the camera. Then what I'm going to do with the other hand is I'm going to sift through the muck. And muck is a kind word to describe this, to show you there's nothing really meat-like left in this. There's some like tiny shreds, but it's kind of pre-shredded, so there's nothing of significance left in here. And like I said, I was talking some crap saying I drink the gel, but I will tell you, I think I could possibly die from doing that. I think it's very likely. It's not like this is gravy or anything good. So I'm chickening out on my bragging about being able to do that. So I'm going to blow my nose. Wipe some of the crap out of my stash. But there's nothing, I didn't spit any meat out into there, just so you know. Okay, so this is the cup. Like I said, I was going to try to drink the gel. These are the napkins I've used for my hands. Okay, so I've wiped the moisture off of my hands, but my hands are like sticky, like I dipped them in like caramel. So I guess let me do this with the camera. So I'm gonna grab the camera now, and then I can kind of see what time we're at too. We are at, oh my God, we're at 33 minutes. Okay, so here's the plate. Here's another napkin that I had used. I'm putting them all in this cup. These are the larger bones from the chicken. This is the can. Okay, remember I held the can out and I was letting the gel drip out? There's still a lot of gel that settled in the bottom of this can. Look at that. So, bones. That's is that a bone? That's something hard. These are the napkins I used for the duration. That's the cup. This is the aftermath. These are the little rib bones. This is an end piece of the bone. So I'm going to sift my fingers through here. There's the other end of that leg bone. You can see ribs in there. There's skin. There's still some little shreds of meat. Okay, that's a little piece of meat, so I'll eat that. Oh, yuck, there's a bone in it. Yeah. See little shreds of meat, but they're really thin. Almost not worth picking through. So, this is what's left. Like I said, I think I've done enough. I think I've been brave enough. That's what's left of your chicken. That's probably between the bones in this. That's a good, I bet if I filled that can back up, the can would still be about 2/3 full. This is just a whole mess of yuck. So I want you guys to dream about this tonight. And again, this is Angel DeVille for 308ar.com. Was this worth the free stuff? No, not at all. But anyways, y'all have a good rest of the weekend. Can't believe it took you guys 2 months to finish this. Bye.